Good afternoon. It's me, Rory Paddock, for picksfromthepaddock.co.uk. It has just gone 12:40 in the afternoon, and it is the 30th of December. I've got not one or two, but a total of 4 selections that I like the look of, all each way at both Haydock and Wolverhampton, that hopefully we'll be able to find a bit of value and bash those bookies with an each way lucky 15 to end the year on a high. Hopefully you got on a few of our selections over the Christmas period. We did rather well across social media. We'll post up bits and bobs about how well we did. Hopefully we can carry on that form with the selections this afternoon. So without further ado, I best get stuck into that. So I am going to bring up the race card for some of today's racing. Bear me a moment, a bit of tech. And there we go. Here we are. So I am going to actually go to Haydock first. I'll do this in time order. First selection comes in the 240 at Haydock, and it is a 2 mile, 3 furlong handicap hurdle. Now, because I'm going for each way selections, I want to look for horses at an each way price, obviously. And the one that I like the look of here is number 4 on the race card, the Ollie Murphy trained 7-year-old Call Looney. Now, currently, as you can see on the screen there, best price of around 22 to 1. Now, the reason I like this horse, if you look at the form, it doesn't look great recently. However, you can sort of discount a few of those runs. It's been chasing in its last 4 starts, and as you can see, it's been with, well, let's be honest, limited success. But was last seen over hurdles when competing in a Grade 3 race. So connections clearly think highly enough of him to be tackling that sort of sphere. Now, obviously, back hurdling, I think that's a definite positive. He's on his last winning hurdling mark as well. Again, another decent tick in the right box. He's won 2 of his 3 seasonal reappearances. So again, the fact that he's been off the course for a while isn't any sort of issue for me. I actually think it'll probably be a bit of a positive. We've obviously got top jockey, top yard, top owner, and I think the current price, like you can see there, double figure odds, is way too big, and I'll have some of that. So leg number 1 in the each way lucky 15 comes at Haydock in the 240. Current price for Calooney 22 to 1. And like I said, hopefully with, I think there's 9 runners. Obviously, the bookmaker's paying the first 8. I will take some of that at a decent price for Ollie Murphy, Aidan Coleman, and owner JP McManus. That's my first and only selection over obstacles. My other 3 all come on the all-weather at this evening's all-weather meeting at Wolverhampton. And the second selection that I like the look of comes in their opener. It's the opening race on the card. It's the 4 o'clock, and see what we can see there. And it is a 1 mile, 1.5 furlong Class 6 race. Current favourite, Who Cares, wins for Alan King and David Probert. I think that's potentially worth taking on, considering it's not won in a while. Got the likes of Billy Roberts, former course and distance winner, County Wicklow. But again, as the theme of the day, as it were, is each way selections, it's going to be number 1 on the race card, the veteran 10-year-old for David O'Meara, Mythical Madness. Again, it's one of only 2 course and distance winners. So again, there's a tick in a decent box. It's been competing in Class 4 and Class 5 races for the best part of the last 9 to 10 months. So now dropping down into this grade is also going to be a positive. He's not the most prolific, but did place at a massive 50 to 1 here back in April in a Class 4 race off a whopping £14 higher mark. The yard had a winner at Southwell yesterday, so they seem to be in form. He's now a staggering £26 below his last all-weather winning success. And if he retains any of his old ability, bearing in mind this horse has won at Class 2 level, if he has any of that ability still left, then he should play a massive part. Again, a decent price we can see there of around 14-1. An hour later, we've got our third selection. Our third selection comes in what looks the best race on the card, Class 3 sprint race. Again, looks really decent. Some sort of veteran or well-known sprinters, the likes of Amarama Gold, who's competed, had a really decent sort of summer campaign. Balear, course and distance winner, is the current 2-1 favourite. But the one I like is currently priced at 16-1. It's one of a quartet of former course and distance winners, and it's going to be David Loughnane's Fizzy Feet. Now, it's a horse that I actually hold a bit of a soft spot for when it won a Class 2 race at Lingfield, roughly this time last year. Went in the sort of notebook, and I was really pleased with that effort. Basically, stormed out the gates, won from pillar to post, really impressively. Her weight is a slight concern, but she's only a pound higher than her last all-weather win. She loves to fly out the gates and lead, so being drawn in stall 2 is a really big advantage for her. This also rumours and from connections as well, this may well be her last ever time she steps foot on a racecourse. So I think connections will be going all guns blazing to see her finish really well here. Odds-wise, she's drifted like a barge from around 11-2, 6-1 yesterday to now 16-1. So that's not a massive positive, but you know what? If they're going to be offering 16-1, I'm happy to take that for a small runner field. It's only 9 runners. Again, bookmakers paying the first 3. I'll take that. I think that's too big a price. Even if she's lost a leg, I still think that's too big a price, especially given the way she runs. She always runs to her best, runs her heart out. And I think being given that low number draw is such a positive for her that she should gain a lot of momentum for a race like this, coming out of that low number draw and hopefully leading from start to finish. Those are my 3 selections. My 4th selection comes 2 hours later in the penultimate race on the card. It's the 7 o'clock from Wolverhampton. We can bring up that field there. It's a really, really open 7 furlong race. Obviously, it's a Class 6 race. There's not much to write home about in terms of the level of opposition, but you could probably easily make a case for about half, if not more, of the field to end up winning. But I'm hoping that I've picked the right one. And it might sound a bit daft, but I have gone for a horse who is still a 9-race maiden. But Akaidi did run a really decent race a couple of starts back on the turf at Bath in October. Was actually really impressive. Basically came from last to nearly first and just missed out when finishing second. Looked as if she was perhaps, if he ended up with a bit of a clearer run, certainly would have gone much closer, probably would have won that race. His last run was too bad to be true here at Wolves, but I think the draw put pay to his chances that day, and the draw tonight should help massively. Another one here drawn in stall 2. If he gets a good start and finds gaps, he should be able to absolutely fly home and pick off plenty of leads in the closing stages. And I'm hoping that tonight is the night that he finally shakes off his maiden tag for trainer Tony Carroll. So that's Akaidi under Andrew Mullen for Tony Carroll at current price of 9-1 in the 7 o'clock at Wolves. So those are my selections, my 4 selections. I'll bring them up for everyone now. There we go. Each way lucky 15 in the 2:40 at Haydock Collooney. The 4 o'clock at Wolverhampton, we've got Mythical Madness. In the 5 o'clock, we've got Fizzy Feet. And in the 7 o'clock, we've got Akaidi. Those are my 4 and each way lucky 15 this Thursday, the 30th of December 2021. Hopefully, we're going to end the year on a bang. As always, any likes, comments, and shares, pop them below what you're backing today. But remember, fingers crossed, touch wood, and good luck if you follow.